Felicia and Ward are working to create their co-parenting plan. They will identify the issues of conflict and communicate with each other to find acceptable solutions that will create consistency for the children. Let's listen in.
All right, so let's try to keep this simple. We need to make sure we agree on the basics first. Bedtimes, screen time, and meals. That's the stuff that seems to cause the most headaches.
Yeah, agreed. We need to lay down some rules here, but we have to be reasonable about it. It can't be a 9 p.m. bedtime when they've been running around all day. We both know they'll never go to sleep that early.
I get it, Ward, but they do need some structure. We can't just keep bending the rules because they don't feel like it.
Okay, so let's settle on something more realistic. Bedtime at 8:30 p.m. during the school week, and we'll adjust it if they're really tired. Weekend bedtime at 9 p.m. Does that sound like a good middle ground?
Fine, but we can't be too strict on weekends, or they'll just fight it. They need some flexibility, especially if they're with you, Ward. You don't want them getting upset with you over a bedtime, right? Deal. Next up, screen time. They love their tablets and TV, but we need to keep it under control.
How about this? No screens before homework is done ever. We stick to an hour of screen time after homework's done on weekdays. Weekend screen time, let's keep it to 2 hours max, and only if they've done something productive. How does that sound?
I like that, but 2 hours is a lot. How about we compromise? 1 hour and a half, but only if they've spent time outside or doing something physical.
That works. I'm good with that. No screens unless they've earned it.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now meals. This one's tricky because you know how picky they are.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that. But seriously, we need some consistency here. No dessert unless they finish dinner, and they have to at least try the vegetables. Let's be firm on that one.
Fine, and we'll keep meals regular. No skipping dinner just because they're too full. We stick to a routine.
Okay, I think we're good on the big stuff. Bedtime, screen time, and meals. Let's move to discipline. Do we agree on timeouts for bad behavior, or is there something else we need to consider?
Timeouts are fine, but we need to stick to the rule. They stay in timeout for as long as their age. So if they're 7, it's 7 minutes. We can't just make them stay longer just because we're frustrated.
Agreed. And no physical punishment. Timeouts, talking, and sometimes taking away privileges. That's it.
Okay, so we'll stick to that. And we need to make sure we check in with each other if something changes. If either of us needs to adjust a rule or schedule, we text or call. No surprises.
Yeah, no surprises. I think that's it for the basics. You good with this plan?
Yeah, I think this will work. It's clear it's reasonable. And we're both on the Felicia page.
I think we did a great job, Felicia. Are you ready to present our plan to Judge Rowe?
Right. I think we got a solid plan. It's a good start.
Well, I'm back, and it looks like you two have done some work here. I reviewed your plan, and I see you've addressed the key points: bedtime, screen time, meals, and discipline. I'm impressed, but let's go over this together, just to make sure everything's clear.
We worked hard on it, Judge. We tried to find a balance between what's realistic and what's fair to the kids. It's not perfect, but we think it's something we can stick to.
Yeah, we made sure to set boundaries that make sense, but aren't impossible. We want to be consistent, but also flexible when we need to be.
That's exactly what I want to hear. Consistency and flexibility are key. Let's start with bedtime. You've agreed on 8:30 p.m. on school nights and 9 p.m. on weekends, with some flexibility if they're really tired. That sounds fair to me.
Yeah, we want to avoid fights, but also keep a structure. They need to know what to expect from each of us.
The screen time rules are also reasonable. No screens before homework, 1 hour on weekdays, and 2 hours on weekends, with the condition that they've earned it through physical activity or chores. Very balanced.
We know how much they love their tablets, but we needed a way to make sure they weren't glued to screens all day.
Exactly. And your approach to meals is consistent too. You've agreed on making sure they finish their dinner before dessert and sticking to regular meal times. I see you're emphasizing healthy eating without being too rigid, which is important.
Yeah, we both know how picky they can be, but we agreed that they have to try at least 1 bite of vegetables and no skipping meals just because they're too full.
I'm glad to see you both are making sure to stick to the Felicia rules at both homes. And the discipline section is clear. Timeouts with the length based on age and no physical punishment. That's exactly how it should be.
We wanted to make sure there was structure, but not too much punishment, just enough to show them there are consequences for bad behavior.
This is a solid plan. I'm proud of you both for working together on this. Remember, the key is not just the rules you've set, but the communication between the two of you. Stay in touch about any changes and be flexible when you need to be. If something's not working, address it together before it becomes a bigger issue.
We will. Thanks, Judge.
Yes, thank you. We're really trying to make this work.
You're welcome. Keep it up. I'm confident this plan will benefit the kids. You both have made a great step forward.